Bia boko de.
Asempa na ho ye de.
Ya meti ase ye kura mu pa.
Na wotwe we de me ni je.
Say
Stadium Accra Sports Stadium. Na me call.
Enu a wo koi.
Me team.
Na o team be.
Aha,
me ka say obe ka ba
ko no. Team in Ghana.
Me ka say obe ka. Na me ka say obe ka ba ko no.
Ye ni form.
Ka obe ko.
Ye wonders. Enu na nkofu bi ka so mo form.
Oh chia.
Nto mo be say.
Me yan je ye. Oh chia.
The house ne wo form te say nkofu bi team no.
Na
ke be so mo 4-5 goals.
Na we nim omo kofo omo bass no. Omo de omo chi na fro bass. Omo form ani aduro.
Any time be a house wo form ye leading league you know about 9 points. Kakotoko ki be share more than 4 goals.
But
yes say as uniform. You see the whole Ghana of
form.
Ya ball
say be mother. Oh chia.
No young guys who has more. If you want small
now
the park on Ghana football to say planet here dear. The house of come on me.
Obenyache as the on the papa na sin jazz.
But some with my bomb yellow pan me yellow na me say we have law. Me ya
asemo.
Pass nyame enkam ho.
Go wine asomje kan.
Madam ase.
Ya be kwa akoyenim. Ya be kwa akoyenim. Adai never say die na wine is your mobeje. Ya je kura.
Yeah by your form no credit apeke ba no.
Now pa. I was your Kuba and Deputy National Communications Officer NDC. But Honorable Daniel Nikwate Titus Glover, incoming national organizer for the MPP. Memana Kwaba. Honorable Memo Kwaba. Bibi aboko there.
Sorry for your catasusia.
That's right.
Na yemfasi dama obwade no. Na ya boniaye.
That's right.
Ya be chietifu nyina.
That's right.
Ya chira kojufojo. Hassan Ella Ayuwa and team ni nyina wa ha. Mekwa kusu aba. Ono so me chia na no pay. Ya ni age. Na ansa na ya be kasa no. Emze and me Olympics.
Okay.
And now Ayuwa mami.
Yeah, you are mami. Yeah.
Okay.
Yatina.
Yeah, Yatina.
Yeah.
Isaiah. Se uti, I mean, mse udi ufidie na tu Adom FM uti ye. Ye mao afisha pa. Na afisi se na Adom no bi account. Na senia uma ye nua kuma Ayuwa idea. Ye ni aso. Oye juma pa, very disciplined, very hard working. And entity pa with your man inti and then multimedia name man no nyina anya no mfa so enti mama ye dase Saturday na mama su di ni dia.
Oh okay. Oh mommy ankasa
mama ngakwa ku baba
mommy ina one frame no
enti Saturday na dan day pepe Saturday and da super na Friday na me di campaign ko different region enti be ko hu na sana.
Oh okay.
Na meneno kasa and I wish them all the best.
This well.
Asempa.
It's your honorable.
Plane be a metaphor pa domestic flight in African world.
Okay.
Metaphor pa. Me ko takradio, me ko kumasio, me ko tamalio, and no ana metaphor.
Yeah.
Na me ka say when started jumano. Once normally we would travel long distances ye ma widuane.
Yeah.
Na wo ko short distances so ye ma snacks. Abroche bibi ametu kwa nyina short distance no ye ma snacks.
Yeah.
Sometimes with tea and some beverage drinks here the my.
So you.
Na 2019 African World Bishop project bi ase. Omo ka se hu ye be hu I protested. Na omo ya fire say be ye client na ye form ye mshem no.
Yeah.
We can talk. Na mesre African World Board any management ya hine
almost all the domestic flight now
talk we after the down no we dem dey fan so say mesre nwara sa snacks no any funny sayings
chips and
chips and you drink no
yeah ketwa bi
and fire dem
yeah
because you can't pay a flight of
eco juice yeah
and the Kumasi in and out. That woman just water.
What are the crazy?
It doesn't speak well.
Just a very small
they
bottle.
shouldn't take advantage of us because here full plane in tea. They mo pe bia no metuaye. as customers, we have right to complain.
Yeah.
And the way them in the form also, and need them togwe, Kukunami.
Almost all the flights
no, they need to come back. You know, any flights in India, if you're back on your anything.
passion.
Passion over two, over two.
Yeah.
And on this way, and the way they inside the Nsem, yes, Rob. Our right is to have snacks or refreshment. Short flight, no snacks, and yet
Right.
And yes, right, almost out of my almost as here. I am. And
they should bring it back. We need it. A buapa.
On my so short but
it's your get to be.
No my snack no. Any drinking no.
Yeah.
On your money.
Yeah, penisa. Yeah.
Me started crusade ne and then 21st of February. Me kwekusu bebem. Munyam von tumbi.
Yeah.
Because me to me over 900 Ghana cedis to Kumasi and back. Now my just ordinary water. It's not right.
And try it.
Miss Rompa.
That's ordinary water and crab on what tank is saying.
Some short one and 50%.
Yeah, they are cheating us.
And as well. Well, I was Yanti Asemnana, Honorable Daniel Nikwate titles Glover Kano, so Africa World Board Management over to you. Munshana Munye before a mass complaint from more customers. Hi, Adom 106.3 FM. It's about 42 minutes after 9. Now, and issues I boss and Akwaku will be quickly now.
Oh, one of the America.
Okay.
Me na a domestic flight mental by of late.
Okay. Offer.
Almost all the flight in Nina.
Yeah.
Bubium. Previous than a star bow, nay. You are the enormous 7 good package by Nano or Mojai. Until the ano tomb. I'm a fire on one side because this time no any panel doors and any public brain so. Kenya bad because they say we had to the fuel like drone, not a wood too careful. In and out, one have to fuel no better.
Better so yeah, and a scab I spend you hustle, yeah.
At least 15-30 minutes, no I could do now about fast taxi be crana with your round so we are not your sab and one of the farm prison. Okay, into your best room say, Sir package, want to do on upon say no, only D crown, crana,
yeah. At least and never mind energy
to me. I'm a energy now who draw up a baby papa be
right.
Let's say by the end of this month and next month and the almost starting normal empire service
right. Kakumati made us be well abusia 43 after 9 and then you best share the depreciation of the Ghana cedi. But first, yentie voices we and sana that was yentie.
The Ghana cedi has obtained the dubious distinction of being the weakest performing currency in Africa at this point in time. Interestingly, the NDC Green Book claims exchange rate stability as one of their unprecedented achievements. In an open economy with market determination of prices, exchange rate movements are the most important indicator of underlying macroeconomic fundamentals. As the saying goes, when in doubt, observe the exchange rate. The lesson from history for governments is that you cannot manage the economy with propaganda. In fact, you can engage in all the propaganda you want, but if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. Teachers are suffering. Teacher trainees are suffering. Nurses are suffering. And nursing trainees are suffering. Patients are suffering. Students are suffering. Traders are suffering. Pensioners are suffering. Drivers are suffering, contractors are suffering, civil servants are suffering, and farmers are suffering. Fishermen are suffering, and industries are suffering. Artisans are suffering, and kayaye are suffering. The disabled are suffering, and men are suffering. Women are suffering, and children and Ghanaians as a whole are suffering.
Well, Abusia, that's His Excellency the Vice President, Dr. Alhaji Mamadou Bawumia. At the time, everybody is suffering, and the situation is the same. Kwaku boy.
Sampa.
Kwaku.
Oh yeah, deal. No production team, and no management. Damase, and no pay. Need the modeba. Na Nagana, your Vice President, no hodie.
Ah.
Your Vice President,
papa.
But tell him catch it. Who knows what it? Minim. So, you did not on chain, dear. Now, Oshe and Samoa, your Vice President. Satam one no a running mate and I'm a and now, we now could draw a catch the Ghana for say, baby a dollar no, a one. John Dramani Mahama as say no. To the extent to say, would ye be bia wo memuha enye? Would ye be bia wo memuha enye? Satana dollar no, 3.7. And na Ghana for Gina so, to aba near the ma MPP for say, so economy ninye. Now we say a year exchange rate no, a best pusu. Penyampa economy ya yewu musisi ya no so fundamentals ni nyina ye pepepe dia tatam na 3.7 sisi any economy na gu enyan wanwate na ye gu international market nyina ye kopelo ma ye onso mo ma ye
as at this morning
7.2 7.3
yeah but 6.56
oh there
so we can black market in the idea
net so no check net so ansa no black market there maybe 7.2 7.1 hope we here yanko forest bureau na wo masen we na so baby a dollar no edro eni o na say ye $2 no mo affect be bia e wo wiase ye nua no mo a ekwa akoyi niema wa manone aba de dollar na eko omokoto no mo ba ombedura e de dollar na ye bibia enunti na ama nei ahokyere de ahokyere no abaye so no sesei no oman ya yewo mu no besia mpo yaje besia na mana bro so se ye kwa akopɛ bond e wa brochi kwam so mo maye emrafo ne se ntumi ntua ntomo me ya besia bi last year finance minister kwa akopɛ besia wa brochi aba oko raise bond ya anye omoto mumpe because tika no ye ntumi ntua economy na say ya de nsem tisi ehun ya kono biem nti de ye be ya na se yi levy ye be gi yi levy no a na ye de akwa akosi awowa be se be 10 years ni age hu sika no because I know the on metafi bia obetumi nya 6 billion into nya 6 billion no a no multiply be 10 years no akwa akwaje ni ye de aba ni abedi idin so mfa so maso so nti misusu yie say bebia ye kono eniema agensem yenuan MPP for mra me pagana for acho no magana for hu say eniema agensem na eniema nye dollar etumia raise from 3.7 3.9 NDC fra kunwa so etumia could do 7 and that's all the emphasis say granted in program say 6.8 and not 7 so obi kuta na NDC fra kunwa so se no obi kuta 200 million and what the craniema e free amanone ba tata no wasesa na ye memfa ne say 4 cedis in pokura no a wasesa 400 million na no benya $10,000 bitmenya $10,000 no de akwa koyi ne niema say $10,000 na ko ayi asempa ubehia 700 million I just want to akobo besia 300 million the count and say no to me enya $10,000 inti ye nua no na ne kokwan so na ne dwetre nyina o de kofa na free China e ba no na okuta 200 okuta 400 million wakwa akwasesa wanya $10,000 wo yi niema nkakra na nado ne ba omya ba ya sa de $10,000 no a no kuta 400 million anu nya no yesese sa sika no $10,000 wo kɔ tan akofa niema ba container ne bo no yesa o ontumi nya sa sika no biem $10,000 no ayeso kɔpɛ besia 300 million more than 75% eba be kan adwetire ne ho nsan wotumi ayi sa 40 container na no yi no tro ayi $10,000 no nti ne yenya nwanwa so be kukurum na okanshi he ya table na no tonton so tin tomatoes ne stores bebregu because nitika na chi obekwa aboso kan yenu yan man ne ton spare parts because spare parts na people for man which na ba nti no say dem to spare parts no mpo kakra so obenya mpo na odi akwa ne manaba so a ayeso sa the additional tika more than half kope besia be kan tan otumi ayi ne niam ba to be kwa boso kan no mani nyina gugu madam work antamanto what's first ni sika na wotumi yi container akese be 3 4 5 oti ne sika na odi container 3 4 5 no eyi one container pe to da kura wotumi nyi into ko kantamanto a first na wahu sa patanke to ano a ura kantamanto mo patanke tom sa foot no ne niema wo apart from store to no ura inside ho na boys no ano mo yeye sa om tonton sa no ko fa ne ma ni nyina apatane gugu o mo fifirim couple we say omutika no mo save no savings no onso mo no sa savings no so no na no mo save no kakra mo ba mo no mo ko save o se de be ya o save de be 3-4 months ya okoyi ne ma ne ba no akwa no kakra no de akwa ne ma no port this bank ni na ya guno mo mutika kwa kawaya fo mutika mo nti so be ko ho ni ya why hwi ya apoto kai why hwi na wutumi tena o memu gunko fo adwuma e ma wo mo kire wo mo se ya na yedo koya na se yedo bai yedo koya na se yedo bai miwa o ma na nkom kokrum koto niema e ma mutu nya bibi kakra no edwuma yefo ye nto o makatuam mfim yenu nie ye nto o makatuam da last year niema mo 4% this year 3% na dia ma wo in the teacher ni anu waje 10,000 Ghana no 40 cedis pe na ba be kana katuam so trotro bi anu o use na se tax bi o use de kwadwuma ya to akatuam ya to melum emu obeto akofie yatum so dem pachire no enti nitika ne nso nidi obeye de wakokroma akodo fuso atade ahye obeye den wa manema sika akwose omkonko yi omuti nti so obia ya rasta obia train we fu be wono no aye because tell you
oh na se kwagu ayi uti
e ma bebre nso atwa omuti what the first say pa na ma me hima afo do pa na atwa omuti o enne obehu young girls pa na atwa niti ubusa no titika me de kwa kwa imiti mintumi kwa emiti don't guess so dem patre no ubusa no awo style aba no enya style aba no ontumi koye niti ahokyera e dia brega na fo no ni ta wo memu na wo menkofo mo kyere wo mo sei a e be ye den hwe de ya me gya ne tada no contractor bi chia me ana o katre bote kwaku me machine si aka wo muram ni nyina asen yeti ntua meka ti me gya machines no wo muram me wakasi nyina atifie what's loan wa emne no wa ton fie mienu no de tua loan no adan ye subject ye ho ye ma katememu fo ho kire wo to that extent sa e comment e asampa se digi se sika no ana ye tua contractors ne ka take a contractor ne machine nko no so obekwa akofa de akwa yedwuma foforo obetua ne workers nso ka workers ne be kukuru makoton taade obekwa akoye niti obekwa akotomo obekwa akotomelo de otomelo no so obekwa akotataade ahye na sika no security ne ho na de eni mapa e bai mu mewa wuntu adwuma foka wuntu contractor sika mo ho kakra bi no matese sika na mo ho na modi enye o nyankopon fe ebo ne nche ni o te se MPP fire o ma dwete nyankopon kra ni wiase dem na nyame wo wiase yankomo be de o mo ye onu mo se nyame ni wiase heavy bi akra ni ho nti wo dipone no a odi ni panya na odi ni nya mumien ka se nyankopon ho ti se to aba ma ho na betra kunwa so a ma ho kofo eti akunwa so no eni yie kakra na daachi omodo omo nsa eso omo boa kasa mpa aban bi betena akonya so no we ni na menye free mu ya get taxes bebre ya je besia bebre o yi sika ya nya e wo mem ha no enya de ketoa for 4 years ya you know people na 5 years ni sika nkwa ya jeje no wo mem ha ya taxes ya jeje about 300 billion ya je besia so about 230 something billion why you sika mayo that man dit ifra kunya so na well no ya oba akopɛ te say well me ensa nti ya why you sika na yenya no ya multiply no by 3 and billions of cedis ntumi found century university ba akopɛ kra yesi nipa kom ntumi kyerɛ me factory ba akopɛ one factory te say Tuabo gas factory eye aban na ankasa dia eye NDC ND anata MPP na ye de ma oman no a wakasi wo mu oman no ne tua omoka sika enya free mu ye oman ne dia ntumi kyerɛ me bi MPP fo ayeta de ba akopɛ kra ntumi kyerɛ me university ba akopɛ sika bebrebe ye de asie so university ye tete ne mu de fo nti say university we no yaye enipa ewo mu bro be 10,000 workers and student no ye nkyerɛ me bi ebi ne ho NDC sika enya ye de bi kosi bu no hafo university ye de bi si voter region university enipa ewo mu omu nyina tuatua taxes edem faso breyen untumi kyerɛ me regional hospital ba akopɛ and district hospital ona bo bebo ba akopɛ north wo minim so kɔ hɔ na nso kɔ etwa ne picture de be kyerɛ yɛn dia on an example a o ma no e wo so
ba ko wa yilo krobo na ya ka ho asɛm
district hospital na say community
district hospital ba o mun bia no yɛn ti ya ka wa esiwuram
mpo me say o mo kyerɛ me one district hospital ya wie nipa wo one regional hospital yen ye sikura sibro de ye teaching hospital kwa ye sisi ebro de ye teaching hospital so legon de no na American ebro teaching hospital you see regional hospitals muntu minye bi omo kire yensuo water project etese Medina water project ya serve communities more than 2,000 e o area ho omutuata so omunchire yebi so dem pattern ye bi wo konongo dwa ayi efa ho akoffa kumawu nyina ye bi wo ho nyina ensuo ye bi sa mama mponfo omutua light bill omutua water bill ye nyetsika free nti omutika bebri ba omujeje ye no edien no omudi aye
akuye ne sifa mama
nti dem kan say Dr. Mamu Mamu den mguase na aba ne so onu ankasa no na ebook na no read be ka kire yen nto nse duru be kro kasa kra na no fo enei Ghana fo hia no so o mekasa ne nsem na no wo ka no o meka ofere to obepie abeka nti se won kasa Ghana na na ado atukwan ye ni president wa ye ni vice president wa ana o man na gija ye mfa nya hwe se Ghana bibia nko yie bibia nkoso ye ni leader wa ha enti de ekoso na ne se ahokyena na beba ahokyera na beba na am robbery na ekoso na e de ma bone fraud no mu na ekoso na da bia fraud no ne ma bone na am robbery na ekoso o memwa ube pie abontia o man no mu kan minim that about ebie way ne ba for ma uro way ne ba for ma enkra bo obon pa asabe kan ya jeje tax and you hunu de edit kan ye te ye bola tax and be pia bonte no na kurum kan edu anwumre na upia esum nko a and so ye street light levy and the set kan hwan no na hweso enti ye ntumi ntobo bo mfa se light no ne nya nkan ya kakra
Kwaku that's Asemdwen count major retired J UK Kwaku say mimbisa question way or say please ask Kwaku Boahin this question for me and Ghanaians. Is Kwaku Boahin trying to tell Ghanaians that they have not been in government before, and if they have, what did they do before they were booted out from power? Where is their Commander Sugar Factory? Kwaku Boahin, major retired J is mimbisa. Major Kwaku Boahin is your child. Honorable Daniel Ni Kwatei Titus Glover. If the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. This is where we are.
Na metititi. Nsem ne bia mekwaku adi aba no. na assemble kwa debi o ka me kire na de Kwaku is still not learning. He's still not learning. Or a professional teacher and son of a classroom or your research. Now on him impactor or the common our classroom. On modern communication officer Sisana and Sisayo. Propaganda ne woman and one is wrong. No da show motrum no magnum in Domoka Biomanuma throwing it there just like that. As a professional teacher, dear, Nim say who impacted dear. I was so impacted here,
which is
now by now obey to a tour kruma or because a scanner wagino on finding put to Juma kruma. Abambe Enna but the different non in the castle. Now abandon and obey taxes. It would Timon Voncheng and a Bacasa media mean finding Putujuma. Except where you have clouded your eyes and your judgment with politics. And that is exactly what the propaganda they are doing. And the work to Tronos good Timon Vonza now a do baby near JD. Ozi and see hospital da Nameka Ofriha Uncle to North. Joje side hono say hospital Siwana. They catch me Kwaku. And Yamina me tro. Uncle Ho. Ofriha Soswa. Uncle Central Gonja. Bupe. Say hospital. It be Siwana. On top of my head. On top of my head. Say Okowa near Yekain. Kanino. Between that Central Gonja district hono. Say emergency BCR, either you are rushed to Tamale Teaching Hospital or Teaching My Holy Family. And look at the distance. And the Nipano, Yamen Sodun Kwamwa, is gone. But Abam Papa go Adonankwa Dano, or say Debbie, Sikana Menya no Busiana Mejibiano, and no be na midisi one. I say, go there. Kwakwe, Yajame, no Yakwe. Say, hospital being Siwana. So why are we lying? Why are we lying? Throwing dust into the eyes of our people. I wouldn't even know the city. Because and yet and this is the tea abemity and the Dianando Yabiano and your papa. I seen so many headiaba. Conalarugo, me free on buying chair. Go there. There's water there. Last month, Mr. Bakaya, Yabasho you saw. Now the day before Monday, I'm the one weekend. And I'm who said the sector minister for sanitation water resources. Mammy Nyaba Penny Sislana, Abnadapa. Our water is so gun copy at the dome hono. Are inspecting $2.5 billion water project under the Danko. $2.5 million. Sami Bois, open the phone in, call. Then you will be free was as will be being Kosowana. Why we lying? Why we lying? Say ya jet to ye timi ye dinti etwo na ye gino. Now say ni ye did we num. Now president do on the num. We don't talk like that. And you see be line no. Opa 5 minutes na be no being free. That's that part of the region, water region. As so buying a water project bia and koso e wo wana. They should tell us. Na yenja trona ye twitwa ediguti mamfo so no as if President Akufo-Addo buying oba ye 7 onyehwe. It's not fair. Politics na ye kanu timamfo no omo de yakoso and they will try they will see if their water is flowing in between their taps omonum and a woka say atrona wudia, they will laugh at you. So I want to appeal to my younger brother, please, your propaganda is exposing you. Learn to speak the truth, kakra. Appreciate.
Dollar to CD.
And I won't watch this Makasana.
No, sir, no name.
Oh, please. Don't tell me what to say. Don't tell me what I should say. I'm building my point. What can I say?
Building a point, man. Build.
I see, so good damn bribe crying Sibida. Argument last week, maybe took my call Bron Eastern. And I'm afraid Deputy Minister for Education. So, Mr. Omumami data. Your bar paying from 2017 till date. In terms of education infrastructure. So on top of my no both figures mami. Just say under NDC project now mujaye yebetu ya no. Project ya completing over 1,000 plus.
Which is
infrastructure, just say school buildings, dormitories, science labs,
dining halls,
so many
assembly halls.
Dia yebetu ya NDC for jaya yebetu ya dia ya. And no catch up dia ya ye. There's a big model school at Yesi War, bigger than the G blocks. Who could not read one of the constituencies? Maybe free. Yesi Kakraka is going all over the country.
Even a just in a job in Crown Cat sword for STEM. This to be completed in 10 months. It to be completed in 10 months.
Please.
Honorable Kawasem.
No, you and let me make my point. The lies and the propaganda from the truth. Me say asema make is me twa troa. East region abomusu. Abomusu I think at Etiwa West. Obi free ho said the ayeka no se eboa no see me who. Every government, it is your responsibility to fix the challenges of your country. Say be tuona ye je no. Ye didn't know ye no. Ye di yam puntujuma. Ye di yam puntujuma wo kromo a. America spent over $7 trillion in COVID just to revive the economy. $7 trillion to revive the economy. The performance of this government, 2018, 2019, there was trade surpluses. Our level of export compared to our import, we didn't go negative. But when you're buying, NASA is going through a challenge. I don't know. 2016, NDC for Befa, what's the price of the crude on the international market? It was less than $60. Less than $60 a barrel. Oh,
man can answer
me say, before NDC exited from power, crude oil price was less than $60. And that is saying, are we the same? Are we the same? The price of our exports compared to their time, is it the same? So what are we trying to say as if the government is non-performing? The depreciation of the city, which is the subject matter, from President Kufuor 2008, you have a free power. No? Our dollar was about 2 cedis, 20 pesos. By the time they end this form for Abemnu, it's almost about 4 cedis, 8 pesos. Who share in terms of percentage terms is about 484%.
No, but that is the question.
487%.
Pardon me, Namimbrem. Pacho, Omampeni Kufuor time crown. Me kaise e baya ba 1:1. Na me wo game pa, na me tua fees in dollars. Into ye bose who. Now NDC for buy fast forward. Baby om be do nya me kai those times because your fees and na me yem shishimi. Then we had MPP telling us we have the men, we can do the magic. Into ye nim say MPP on my ye bida on my penny for time I 1:1. This time mobile you would have stabilized it, not to come and tell us percentages of depreciation.
Wait.
Yes.
Kura Assembly make a chewono. Under $60 under NDC era, over $120 in Akufado's era. Sabianya cities any bako kreskano. We have to change the cities into dollar. And then Shadia, Russia, any Belarus, to attack Ukraine. Look at what is going on. The pressure there. A balance annual crude supply no less. The supply of crude on the international market no less. And it's a walk of cry dear echo every comma edia quamonia. Yentime Mufono, Edu Baby, we need to be very careful the kind of taste that we have. Me use Colgate. I use Pepsodent. Say there's here
charcoal.
I've never used Colgate in my life, even the days in secondary school. I use purposely because Ghana you produce. Because we talk Ghana for dia we are creating jobs in our own country. Na yeti ha. And you see, you take my dear, brother, dear, pay. I'm on an idea, and you pay. So when it happens like that, won't you put pressure on the city?
But
the importer, dear bano. Importer, dear bano.
Yeah.
And nubi, and they cause some of these problems. And that is why, as a government, all culture is we need to diversify. We need to grow and consume whatever we grow in this country.
Honorable, and your press open your importing your map by this country.
Me say. A buying under Kufado and Dr. Paumi buying or diversify the economy. They are adding value to whatever we are doing in this country. A friend said the partnership between government and the private sector. One district, one factory there.
Yeah.
Can't we see what is going on?
Okay, so
in a way, he is trying to address the challenge of imports.
So I was coming to that. Into one district, one factory, factory being producing volumes are etumiyama the import of that particular product as swati.
I better take it time because sabi who come here to say fruit juices here cry benchmark values anka yedi bar na yedi free hono because in the past ye free ho import businessmen omo cry na medi by the nyina no emenya ho faso na sika na tax an yeto so dia ma wo no would come sika ho a individual kotoko and anka we want to reverse it back so that we can support import substitution into local industries ye produces and may work but hono say good for sorry say enya dia beboa omo so abang and suspend omo which we've abang ajatum but the point is that what will help us say ye be consume dia ye wokromwa wo to quite now all over the country you will see if I say fruit wouldn't winning back one so we call central region na dia eco juice ni nyama eco so nyina no it's a way of trying to suppress import of some of these nyama ye okomwa and no be na ye dollar no say na adwane free ko no e be siako but say we eco juice wo ho na wonnum na ba ko fa South Africa drink series was even saying yes this series they are coming from South Africa ye be didia anade ye be num dia ye okomwa no. It's the kind of pressure that we do. So at a point in time, you can't blame government too much. And also contribute to some of these things.
Okay.
If you can change our taste, our consumptional taste.
I recall, sir, Nigeria, almost shut almost borders to import. Almost the ban to build the local industry. Now, that was a bold step taken. They were criticized across, but today, they've been able to achieve it. If indeed, why can't we taste
Nigeria have over 40 to 50 different items that you cannot import into their country. If you don't know and you try, you go to jail. And you think benchmark value this year budget you see I think about close to about 30 to 35 different items are ye benchmark values because you produce we produce all these things here in Ghana. But good force, So Abang have to listen to allow the benchmark value my free. But let us learn how to consume what we grow and what we produce in this country. Because your brand name yet use trade union activist at the time of Christina Piaget, the then Secretary General, one of the team of Mayday, eats what you grow. There was a team. For that year,
and grow
what you eat. Say, idea na ye produce okomano, and no was it. But if you don't change your taste, if you don't change your style, whatever we do, this is a kind of challenge we're going to go. But alongside that, a Quembia was here as government and Akufado, Oguso Oyo. It is not about propaganda. We are doing our best under this circumstance because I don't know. World economy and shada MBA papa. But we are struggling. Making sure say enyama be ye dia man. Mintra as a say na say enyama che say aye dia e was aye no. But kwekwe you wo kromo a ye free. Me amenu apeni no kanasem. O say Ghana for e cha na ye free dia. Ye free. We were here you ademodi man free so rara. NDC Did you bring manna from heaven? We were here in this country. Look at people. Also, you're destroying for businesses. We ain't kromwa. Sa savings and loans. Any banks, Comening, Timemuning, editing, a Hisika, Edico banker. No one wanted this bomb, no Fesicano, and we saw the weakness of the Bank of Ghana supervision on some of these financial institutions. We saw how weak the Bank of Ghana at the time. Manfo Esika, if we'll not be able to consolidate sub-bank institution in over 3.4 million people, savings, service Esika, and cash. Abai have to rescue that. Abai have to rescue that. Indeed, Mwana Moye Juma, was our banks, you were giving severance. Sabi say, Wajuma, say, yeah, your more severance pay, your more compensation. What to make ABP? And they say, Musha Sui and Kabanksi and go. Obe to meet you now, would you seek a go banker? Would you seek a go bank? Would you go? Is this can you go? It's happy under your watch. And look at what CBG is doing now. And the Americans say, yes, the dollar is going up compared to the CD, but we are not relenting as government. I see the beer was here, piano, Yabayo. And Numtina, youth unemployment, you many krumwa. What money unemployment graduate association under your mama? Yanibo krumwa. But at least as a government, he has a bomodia a drink outside the box. I will say me a BB. Before, even though NAPCO is not a permanent job, but at least it's a respite. So when you be big credit film, I agree. So market to be 1, 2 months, 3 months back. Buying a year and was a over trade your mom. But alongside, ye live in a year bano. The youth unemployment who share graduate do a free investors that graduate every year at the labor market. Government cannot absorb that. And you enterprise now to encourage the youth. So those who have some that flair, so that they can have their own businesses to run. That is how a government can think outside the box.
Honorable Daniel Nikwate Titus Glover made us a bebre as some drink out Kubuahin. Bremumame, at least the points I will raise, Me
no honorable and your drink said.
Where did I drink?
Tina buying the Jetasia de Bepejuma. Am I ranting? Say he live in no more Jigeno. As empa, on catch the gun of what's a so much Jigia. The baby you start a mam ranting him about any Jumaye. Or the 1 billion and a bay. Of your budget in my page 125. As I can what say, even Pokran, you live in the 350 million pay. Never you start. And you must have a bit with 350 million. They are throwing Kuntumpo no more catching. Omanya mantra, I say first, I only free secondary school, but a teacher forecast or paying yet, but a free secondary school. Yaquine yet, it's a free secondary school. Ensure you to Papa no, I buy be a Juma Maya to buy factories, and the Juma bar, but a free secondary school. They say the same thing. I say I drew ya no motor friends. I me ko to dwe me ya akobam. They say you live na yes akobam no. O ka de o say akobam me ti me ya akobam ko to dwe me ya. O ka sem bia what you live. Me wa also be to contractor se ka free you live. What the contractor se ka about 15 billion. You live in also the 1 billion the kwa contractors no. Now the 1 billion or 15 billion on one. E so say it me to mo campo na de ba be yi kwan. 1 billion it me to your moka. Now the baby you quite. The fact of the matter is even Pokran and Sika no Majigi be Bromo dear, Yenya some fast will be ano. Sika Yaji in a task in a deco to you. A loans. None say when you are not joining you to for your projection be. Almost NDC Fracunaso 2016. Not Bessia Yaji and once in 1 year to a 14 billion. And amortization near 14 billion. They say a drew 48 billion. Within 4 years, yet Sika Yaji Nano, yet the 48 billion equal to Yaka. Yabo, Bessia Yabo, a Hunsi. Nakoya now by 2 GD living in Pokranoa. What you could transi Honqua? The young for so being free, so a free budget from the parliament. See a Jekwana ye living in Asa Kamwa. The third the cut 12 billion and Sunday to me, Amonako, Bessia Beckham, one Sunday to me to my 4 anywhere Katsaka. to be a try low cracker. Obian Carbonio. Meanwhile, Auditor General report on me at TSA. 2020 Moody sika 12 billion. Yeah, no baby a fire. Yan fan sit down, yan fan yakwan, yan fan yinsu, yan fan kwalejuma, yan fan faubia. And this are 12 billion na mo di kwa. Mo di yede. Mana mo one yan pesa sika na mrai. Ye pesa sika na ba, yi levi sika na yan fan yewe. 12 billion. 2019 8.8 billion. Na yira ye di ne kwa. Yenchi ubia antum yenye ubia hwe nti senka okọ pesa sika no ba ka ho be ne be hia biem se wo sa abeje ye tase biem say economy no ba bi aduro ene se ehia wagefo asai wo de ye hwe yenye ye because wo mo anua ba ko ayi esibe ye bo a Dr. Sibe ye bo a no ye ayi chairman of finance committee talk I know. Finance committee. What's the economy not saying? What's the AJJ? What do you be in? Intinye yi live in solution. What's the end yet? Cannot say or might not say. You know what you for. Inti what do you hear ye? Economy is be brakasa. See you sikano and yet papa. I say. Cause I would to me quite jill long. I can see now I'm fine. Ye be papa be a woman. Near can walk can hospital be to a beer a chip compound. Near can chip compound be with them near can. Ye nim say no crow and no crow. Yan's example to your MMA. Dear when you feel it cadoti, feed the cadoti and the can. Well, can't no, I was he at the step. Ya kwa lanchi project test.
Makati sword.
Wow. Asemwa woka ye kuonu.
Oh, but once o makati sword, the project on competing
last 2 years. COVID ba ye no. Ya kwa kati sword se besi hospital 88. Ya de afi na besi. Hospital na ewie ba ko pekora. Mfem yenu ni omu no. Hospital na ewie ba ko. Ko busa contractor be na website a woti sa dan no. The same last year, yeah, advance agenda 111. Or Catishot, or Kukumas son and I'm him for the Omugu came. You're turning to Mama Baby.
Jim FM.
See a baby, see hospital agenda 111. Kubuta said, baby, Uncle Catishot, no crack contractor or what? No, say, as a permit, number fellow pa. What's in a Kukudas Abetna platform to catch a step? What's time no crack in Unifu Mini, I say. As I say, bon, I'm having a minimum step near day.
Science, technology, engineering, mathematics.
Obesity science centers, and the cards in your room, NDC centers and computers in your room. As I had the Momo cars, science resource centers. So, okay,
make hyper.
Yes, you see, science resource centers were reading beyond most some districts. Yeah, the cars to see what you train teachers. I'm about to the computer to boom. And that's why I can't want some.
That dynamic was super cast.
Yes,
that's right.
That's right. Oh, the answer now. I go at to say science resource centers.
Now, so the initiative,
initiative. But we be a serious. Obi a serious. The cards kragum and we can say achievement. What go at it all?
Kwakwa move ya buy mu yo.
Me
still have some years.
Me want get funding now with the buyer say adwuma no. What dey kwaje besia? Get funding no. What kwaje besia mfie du. Say get funding ticket be ba betom bia no. Emnofo ni ntini. Nti says can I debate has step away. Get fund ya mortgage no dia kwaje besia wa bruchiri. Say don person mo ye live no. Kwaje besia get fund na ye to talk out sisi dan na ma schools mo no. Akufo ado akwaje besia emfie dunum. Say can ba ko bia betom bia ye mfa.
Na say besia no de be ya de.
Nti wo de ye dai. Wo gini mfie miensa ni no je sa besia no. But I said den why? Wo de aye. O mo de awie. Besia no mo tie no mo di. And to me and secondary school back up pimple. Huh? Now to be secondary school we and the teachers go now go see 3-bedroom 80 wa. What's your Mpensenpensenmu? Now 3-bedroom and then DC for Juma. 3 classroom na DC for Juma. We are DC na MP no and 3 class one now more homework. And teacher DC for Juma no omo akwaje ya. Omo ti Mpensenpensenmu ya ni enka. You come monumental project.
Bakumina
huh? Unu say any the polytechnic by.
First mama asun drink count.
University say yes sin Ghana. E bin see that.
Anam titles go.
School yes see.
E batch of brain mama.
even teachers crown your mama la first na teacher for 2 kwa pa your retention premium that's what market your pay slip to this year
ba ko me da se
are we your retention premium ni
me da se
na boka sa first pa
Adom FM
me go so me kase kwaku history and learning sisi ya waka say infrastructure na aban AC with the $1.5 billion now we parliament in the 7th parliament and they could just scan me started me into me catch us me free honorable John and Tim Fojo and I make say me data a juma na you buy from 2017 till date ya ye na omami a juma na ye bet 2 ye a juma na infrastructure in this 4 year na ye ja amon we no dia yeduma ye ewom. He gave me the data over 1,000 plus different types of infrastructure across the country and sana dia yensu ya shase a ye yo na won betum better national studio a powerful platform like Dwaso Nsem na utu no yo edugum from him say we be infrastructure ni koso nya no nkofo ti we show. So when you sit on a national studio like this and you throw propaganda in the air as if nothing is going on, so they will tell you what government is doing. I keep advising you. You are my younger brother. When you are propaganda, you see, when you are communicating, communicate for people to understand the value and the contribution that you are making. But just to speak, you are not making your communication assets. I'm not trying to disrespect my brother, but I'm saying that no government, including our government, say beji tour edifitimum for say ayemfanyeshi. And not under the Rankwekufado's government. A lot has been done. And a lot is still being done under this government. And the Kwaku, Wukasani binu Ayabuka, as you sunakan. Ye levy. It is not a monster. Asempai, ye levy. It is not a monster. It is coming to complement government revenue. Because demands of the state. And they be as Roneko. They don't want to pay tax. And they are the loudest people who will sit on high horse making noise. Meanwhile, these characters, these people are not ready to contribute a dime in revenue taxes. Are you being fair to the state? I've explained. Say, education cost led by the finance minister and other MPs now we must decentralize it. We are going to pay and not the poor people. No be from here, no be TV, no be that call. Obe sini dying. Or asasi any board ding or top blocks or driving here or top cement or high artisans sit down at the money or sit down we are. Then government comes in, come and pay your property tax. No tax is fair. No tax is favorable to anybody. But property tax, abansi betuya, ukona ukutuya. Besi ne enkofosi se omo dem bebebi. They don't even pay taxes. A lot of people are working. We call Santo, we call people all over. Masons, steel benders, carpenters, electricians, painters. They are taking huge sums of money. They don't pay a dime to government. So this is a so these people are not ready to contribute. So you see, can I edifa momo no so no? And that mind say Mr. before. Mo pepper come from when you go to the church across this country, every month we contribute tithe. It's a form of a levy. I do baby cry. You the project BC and this one. Kofi Nyamba. Yeah. Based on the days we are born. I do baby cry. No groups that was sorry them more. Whether men fellowship, women fellowship, youth wing, a singing band. Yeah, month I did it. Everything for. It contribute to Surah Namiduma. Then in the Islam, finally, there's something they call the zakat. is a former Yajiji tour Eddie Fitiman for in the mosque.
And I'm
it is amazing. It is a Gigi took a cry, the Bonya make a Benjuma. What's you want to say? What's you learn to endorse? Yeah, was
When I was your mapon, Mammy Fassed, my honorable Daniel New Quartet, Titus Glover. Good boy, I am Deputy National Communications Officer. Thanks so much to you, Mpensenpensenmu, last Saturday. I will pay the Ase Lodge, Mpensenpensenmu, First Love Massage, and no Ewo Hacho. In fact, do better me alcohol. And what's name is Dumpim. Mpensenpensenmu, thanks so much. First Love Massage. This weekend, messing up. And what's next to Dumpim, Mammy? I was here to say thanks so much. DJ Awana, you are 05, Aisha Ibrahim. Emmanuel Free, Kofi Asan, the man. Kojo Fojo, good morning. Joshua Tigo, your programs manager. AC Ohine, as always. Head of news, Adom FM, Adom TV. The general manager, Penny Pa Abdullah Awudu. This is the place to be. Medini Kwasia Sempa, Many Chief Jerry Force, and Ajumedi Adebro. Up next, Tete Banafo about the producer, Work and Happiness. Mavis Malaika Bonechidon. Kwasia Pia Black Eye, the presenter, takes over. Good morning, enjoy your day.